For your science, so they acquire Emma Bibia or share Pinax TV, your platform. Now, you know, in summer, NPP for the new patriotic party and Sensembe Bray, a levy, your mamma, Ajoa Safo, a home. I was young for now, but in someone, a good to ACC or a year party, the meaning I him say, Honorable Canadian Compre in Agyapong. MP for Ascent Central or granting interviews. Now, interviews are all granted on Senate TB and the presenters. ABC one or two questions be honorable na party ni mudai na eko party ni mudai na ACC any idea. Na MP no eguso kasa about ni eko so NPP party ni mono you say the director of communications edema NPP papa ni din de yaw. Boabin asamwa enso ababekasa fa say was party no a discipline MP no because of how our nam na all kinds sema a internal issue idea was a party no discuss e wo kokoam nkoana MP ni sori a na onamoka cyber no ka say member of parliament for Asin Central Honorable Canadian Compreko in Agyapong in an interview I call ye e won one show so na so no akasa ni TV station the 2 TV den say me to judgema say NPP party no anhwe ye Titupan, the director of communications, Boabia Samoa. Now, Omen Jai Pamano, no man shed no man Jana Wanyan your pet because some woman or Senka or Quabru tree, yin in the area homes and sem. And so, still, but I saw a Ghana having in a party and most of Yamabeka internal issue. Man, there is a video, Anas Anas, investigative journalist, at the far party in Hua Ababidin say, and so release the video. This is Sabe Ghana ni bampoa onya 18 and 15 no onim anything about politics and konkujina ballot box mu and konkutim so and fama the new patriotic party. In fact, the party na njai no na wanyen your penas one cancer mama Ghana for hu ne ekoso party ni ma obed say party ni total. In fact, completely idea obema party na ba down na break the 8 you know ni nyina etwecha and some more kan ye video hono mo a ye de ebecho tebusuafo ye show video of Honorable Canadian Compreko in Agyapong na all kan same way
spokesperson say on Massa station you know
I say Bonibena station yeah you know
I was say me kasa didn't go for them any now oba how to be a man Adia me de buy NPP for me release Anas videos because I'm paying for no and they starting I'm advising them to stay away from that obia me kan kire me say internal matters o ka kire me say internal matters o pa kire say me imagine because I was me call review 28 January and the date you say
23.
Yeah, your internal matters that you are not talking about it. It's also affecting my health.
Okay.
What do you say? It's affecting my health. You don't want anybody to know the problems NPP is encountering from our own MPs.
Wow.
Well, Sanomo Kadia Mesme Kwamima. Yabuabia Samoa is saying, I don't know, Ninyonkuni Anas, Kwakubako, whatever. We are me release Anas video me doing me. Some people for shey no mukasa. Ya bobia samwa, you have to be careful. I just bring the party down complete. If I bring the video, next obenya Ghana ni bakupe atu Obama ya. What Anas did as far back as 8th of February 2018. Now Anas as setting your ministers ni your businessmen for up Dubai. The only person in authority and I'm person prove be how I have saved this party and not obi to say Yabuabia Samoa a jack like Yabuabia Samoa because in the course of the investigation I chanced on the video Anas actual a coaching for even the people themselves panic.
Wow.
What he wanted them to go and do to our ministers and businessmen. Onwa Arabs or farm on the street. He picks them on the street. Go and coach them to destroy personalities in this country, Africa, everywhere. That is what Anas was doing. When Anas here, okay, and some what they should ask this minister and the businessman. They panic, and Anas said, "Why? Why are you afraid? This is a political fight, a foolish Yabuabia Samoa."
I know what I would say.
I was your fancy video now. You share, no, yeah, member of Parliament for Central Nabo Kennedy, a compare ko in Agyapong or Kasawo, ne 2 TV. So if Kwaya, the new Patriotic Party, and she and as a woman the Wufua, or be released this said video. Now, video ne dear, I will collapse party, no, totally. In fact, she cry and can. And you'll be to say Boabaya Samoa and Oba be proven who to announce also, but for a particular person in tea. And some of those who to wish MP Nibua for ye pan within someone so NPP party men Kwaya Anas Armiao Anas and so far. So now of employ amount for mature Arabs for Dubai setting up NPP ministers and businessmen for the fact say my training or money crampono na huka kra ewo musuo kakra wo because training na Anas Armias Anas edema wo monutimu se na enye training keto Anas na ade a ha adwin ye pa there are more details to it and in semi so no we made a comment about what you adwin twe after this in someone ekoso MPP
I'll share right here on this particular platform Pinax TV. Now you see, the concerns of Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong are very genuine. First of all, me who say be more kase if Agyapong is saying so be good MPP, it be good in the first. But you see, the structure of the new patriotic party, you know, ubiane de oye. And Agyapong is more like the persona or your quencher of the new patriotic party. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Eje huru will be na eba. Agyapong yede ne kwaje. Okay, say Anas Aremiya Anas the investigation. No? When it came and it turned out, say it was not just Christian teaching. There were certain political figures involved that all of them they were bent on being exposed in the Anas video. When it didn't kwaje
Kennedy.
Now, let us make this clear. In some neba first, you know, Agyapong. Because we are all following him. A brand of Quadum TV in beginning, he was not briefed properly. But MPP form penny 4 and Kasa Echo Nifi or catcher and say, and now say, and they say there are more MPs and ministers involved. That the video ni bar out now. Who say MPs and ministers a bimu JJ bribe, it is going to collapse the government. And that time they were in what? Their first what?
Office like I'm
first term in office. It's a ban sana Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong eka say okay if that is the case sabi ono ayekwase ano de nim kwakwaje and you saw the efforts Agyapong did. I don't know if you're on Anas side or Agyapong. Start Anas you know trust me Ghana for bebre any about omo Ghana for bebre have been very conscious of the thing to the extent Anas a release a second expose and MPP ni pay say Koko say Galam say okay. And no crime the president did not was sacking. What the president said was he's going to conduct an internal investigation. If at the end of the internal investigation, you find out say the people are guilty, be you medi up to the that's what because they found out say investigations be you can't put money down. Say you way mommy. Nipa Nigeria also watching expose. Now let's go far from that. All the things which I've done, no, let us see how Agyapong have shielded MPP. These same MPs and ministers pass behind closed doors and go and tell him, oh, Iraken, say Nisi, Kebimaye. And you see, all of these things are also, if there's somebody we should blame, let's blame Agyapong. Because me, I'll not do that for MPP. Maybe a MPP near, me, yes, I the name, no. Say, Bibiaba, a bad damage party, no. Me, I'm family, Nimquaje. And look at what Agyapong was saying. Wabuya Samoa. MPP whole position. All the media stations in Ghana boycotted MPP. From Adum TV, that's multimedia, from Despite, from This City, from Joy, name them. The only stationer MPP for TV troopy in go and come out without any provocation was Netu and Oman FM. And then TV station, radio stations are a bomb assume power no. They hardly go there. The only person I'm member Nabaso who has done so well, anytime you become media to Biano or connect to, and also call HFM, that's Agyapong station, the president and not Danka Kufuado. Apart from the president, have you seen Osechi Mensa Bonsu on Net2 TV before? Have you seen your friend is a chairman to me on Net2 TV before? All these people are like non-existent. Have you seen even Henry Kwati? Have you seen these big political figures? MP, Net2 TV. Apart from ABA, Boache, Jakumoni, and few friends, who do you think goes to MPP? Trust me, if MPP goes into opposition, that is when they will know say they are the political party. Station, a political station, Net2 TV. And that time, one should be too late. And let me tell you something. During all this time, and MPP for call a campaign, make I boiling points that time. I don't know if you are listening. It's me called dissecting issues, how corrupt NDC were. Doomsaw, the real details of Doomsaw, how they were manipulating and spending money. Boiling points and all yes, I did. And were they charging these people for airtime? No. That is why Agyapong all this while was saying the sacrifices he has done. The sacrifice he has done, spanning from Anas, spanning from incessant, if anything, party defense. Obeko Bedream, Obeko AKFM, Obeba Net2, Obeko Oman FM. One person. Meanwhile, party people were there. That is why when you rank the order of hierarchy, a brave year post, that Agyapong topped, and Agyapong can first three in the home. And now you call down. You could be youth of Ghana and say, why am I not feel so bit my representative, bit my president of Ghana? They said Agyapong. You see? So it tells you the influential and how influential he is in the party. But then look at what's happening. Now, this Adrasafu thing which came. These same MPP people who are saying, complaining close behind doors, they were pinpointing at Agyapong. Sankau Jaye na Adrasafu ne if any say Michael Kwe Junior Eko Pemie no Lucy and can MPP form bre 11. So do you think that it is fair? Say you pinpointing Agyapong or no nim to us on a woman no one, but no campaign. Now at the end of the day, when you now ban appointing now about out to come and expose the corrupt deeds and now the sabotage deeds of Adrasafu. Is Agyapong wrong? I'm asking you, is Agyapong wrong?
No, he's not.
You see, all of these things are echosono and are pile up. Now we buabian someone. You be say Agyapong is saying this. Or say you will be over a party internal matters. Party internal matters, and why are you guys blaming him? Today, Osechi Mensa Bonsu spoke on a friend saying, I think Peace FM. And they were asking him about this same issue. You see, that guy is a very honest guy. He said, first of all, Adrasafu asked permission, but permission anytime Diana you be expect to be back, then she's bringing up things. It's not there. Even though she asked permission from the beginning, it became excuses and pile of excuses. Today, and then me know because I bang me na because I say Adrasafu bisa permission. The permission that she has either elapsed, it trim, and now say we bisa cry. So if Agyapong is bringing all of these things up, and you guys are saying, you say, "Mubi ni fi party di ma, mu yino." Now, men and nebi can say, "Say, your friend is saying, second, you won't so fast. So this will feature you. Second, but that if you basa ni so to go na arena che, we feature you na obaba kubeka just say, "Mi hu owo e we feature wa, e ho na obi hu nyansa so obedo ho." So that time na akwakope second. You can have everything in the world, but second in your door. That is when you realize. So this time around, let them say all of these things. But trust me, a time will come, NPP is going to pay the price. Okay. If they don't solve these issues well, if they don't, and you see, let's even look at the communication of NPP. And it's so bad. I was asking people, do you know Boabia Sama? NPP forecast so many no. But Sami J, they say they know him. It tells you say the popularity is based on the work the individuals are doing. So you realize Sami J is doing a perfect job, 1,000 times perfect job than Boabina Samoa. This is the current state.
Okay, episode 4 is about Honorable Kennedy Akomproko in Agyapong and the NPP party. No, it's like we are defending the MP. from senior enema kono u defende Honorable Kennedy Akompreko ohini Agyapong. Yeah, some the adults send a be ya yen chinti no yebe twetwa. So na sisi ya no nipa nam ne so. Now all this issue about bonting amanfo kasamanfo peso mu hu ne esi ne ekoso ne nam so ba ye de ntia Honorable Sarah Agyapong MP for Domekwa Benya and also Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection on Parliament House. Enyina awaha yapa osei Chairman Sabonsu and the majority leader in Parliament. Now finally, Odinsem Ababetuja. Mwana mpese mu the reason in tia Emami Agyapong for Parliament. According to yapa osei Chairman Sabonsu, August, that's 2021 muho and Agyapong eba be inform you so to kwan akwa manone na ebisanse na manone a wokoi de na akwa and according to Honorable Osei Chairman Sabonsu emre maami Agyapong be kromoka so okọ hono purposely for the children ebisanse na o man dey na esi o and kola no e was so school ma wo mo nti e was okọ na new school no onu omukọ ne ade na emno okram no till the 10th month of 2021 which happened to be October month no yenya ade a Agyapong resume ye for mo third meeting na ekoso Parliament no return it omo feel say Agyapong obeba one show up until say section no was about ending asana mo hu say Agyapong aba yaba power say Chairman Sabonsu si chema Ghana Parliament nyina na call Christmas break. Now 3 days into the break, and a boy or baby inform me omubiomu say, and the money issue no still na NCP into no was person or call back. Na okoshe bibia ekoso arrangement no bibia na you say kwana money kra homeschool no mo ye chiro made wo fie eno msi okay ajoa waka yate but kaisa on the 17th of January 2022 ye be resume inti make sure say by then no obe return or see you yate enum one ye kai a ye see afenimu na ebenya ntia so ya extend Parliament resume no to 26th of January na ye extend no still no mo hwe Sarah Agyapong ba still na Sarah Agyapong amba ho no ma odi besi ne ya omba back behind opachema so mo ne kasa na still now all the issues about Nimba, then an in school and an in school. And according to Osei Chairman Sabonsu, and yeah, dear Sarah Agyapong making things clear. In fact, I say ODBB sumawo on fa no kreno ma NPP or my people say be a say ni and I cost 20 say mo pese mo no kreno efa omafa eno but honorable na could be amfa in some aye trend this is what okaye efa Sarah Agyapong ho chima o ma no kre no end there they say be a ABC nti na member but excuses are all making nyina eye for nimba ena me masku ena me sesano ena arrangement kuranye ye ena on say wo so mu yesi ena me na me yo ma me ni ade nti eno ni excuses are Sarah Agyapong MP for Domekwa Benya edema Ghana Parliament metre the majority yo no ankasa na say onu an nkofo a onu mu ejuma ewo party na finally majority leader ama yehu the reason in tia say Sarah Agyapong ni MPP for kwani omomu hu ni ekoso ni nyina ye nimba.
You see this particular issue ekoso no ene Osei Chairman Sabonsu obekasa no. If you listen to Osei Chairman Sabonsu, you realize the party has had enough.
Of Agyapong.
Yes, the NPP party have had enough because Ekame Akwesi, they did everything possible to let you know, sir. You see, even though you have your own issues, still they want to make it up to you. But at the end of the day, Agyapong was thinking of herself. You see, yesterday, Agyapong information be by, and she was detailing why she has not been in Parliament for the past months or even the whole year. Now, Agyapong Nensema allegedly or reportedly, if in the PE Mubaya, you will see a particular trend. The particular trend and trait is that Agyapong all she's saying is not amounting to ineptitude and NPP. The key thing I noticed there was betrayal and payback
to NPP.
Yes.
I'll pay all back for what reason? Good.
So yesterday, some of the buyer they may bought off basically or say or worry no and tibia no miscarriage. That is a natural phenomenon which is bad. And Chibia and the president, ENIFI ministry or what the Ministry of Procurement, why didn't call the Ministry of Gender? You didn't call gender and Chibia and during that time now okay so sacking Mrs. Kwashiga.
Yeah.
And information about President essence reinstating or see a reinstating woman no. She was outside the country. Now me minister na masaki will be so in the na president reinstating. It is making her look stupid. Into sha that was the time or ya only they start say they build it up. We are not saying about so far leg injury and the ban so far you know. Now I was say okono question the ban because that time can never require surgery. During that particular time, you know, and a position if you need same. Position a if you need same the deputy majority leader in Parliament. Yeah, and now sounds so a baby say Agyapong can who same be. So you see all along the current traits here, no two man in same one. And yeah, say number one, you need feed the ministry. Number two, baby I didn't call Saki Obisono, the restating panel. Number three, positioner na okuta as deputy majority leader in Parliament. So Obano, ye jifini say according to her, ye de ma afenyo markings yan can't channel. So you see, there's been a build piled up of it. So in as much as you see the NPP have tried consciously to kind of solve that Drasafu issue, you realize that the whole thing keeps coming back. So you're trying to now semi-bevuti member Parliament. It's more like she wants to pay back the party, but you can't pay back the party. You need to pay back the individuals. But Drasafu is thinking of herself. That is why there was a need for people to come and talk. Now, one I'm going to say in Agyapong channel, there's a sound mix. Listen, Drasafu have been giving all the excuses. Me buy yare, miscarriage, surgery, me nisu chimi. After you say then, there's a word I am by you so. Say mumunya broken heart, I see depression. All of these things. After you become in here, also suffer depression.
From what? From miscarriage, you know.
Fine, you can suffer depression from miscarriage. You know that women are very emotional beings. But who TB any baby would do with with? Oh, I'm about to do that. Set three. Agyapong shame bofrano. Papa baako no so hwe ne ba no. Nti ukura wo kunu foforo. Nti depression be mpa bi na be suffer. And debe na wo address for pe wiase wunya.
Is it all about nyawo wiase? Ene manipa ye okay. Yeah, funny say or your bar or party meant 2017 to 2020 na ye ni feel last year NPP ebe and first any ye ni feel ni deputy majority leader and I walk away in and no your bar now go through all this. No, don't you expect to go through depression?
Going through what?
Or scar or here
position. Listen, she needs that on the only same position will be a senior man. You said your the only thing NPP anya idea if it is true. They say that is it. That is it. And no pet and America's NPP for leadership or man you see, MPP now, I've been telling you this from the first time. So MPP's major big issue is communication. 11 years being in communication. And this if let me tell you, I don't know, so okay I say then times are now a year NDC for so pass a bill be crana. They do an advert proud to the bill passage. Okay, it's a boom advert be. If your policy be no start take catch on, no more adverts. No more catch say this advert is being sponsored by one Rua, another Ghana Education Service, and as a Ministry of Information. MPP for yes sir. Send an NDC for in opposition. They need to they buy airtime and do propaganda on various stations. No MPP for crying yes sir. So it's communication. So if the woman is in position, now mo feel say okay, Miss Kwashiga based on nenyama no ye no. And address for sacking but more investigation who said the lady and the woman they didn't fault or more you know if you want to even reinstate her you need to make sure say both of them and only you know kasama there's some sort of agreement. She's just outside and just reinstated. 2 this position okuta, because the whole thing in the majority leader position was that you perceive a man in bar a key role in parliament. It is a majority leader, a bema, at least the position, if I back up the MO by the master address of, and she was very vocal. But the issue is this: in all of these things are not equal to Sarah Adrasafo. That time, no, she was not in the country for the past 3 months, and we needed to do things. Or say Chairman Sabosu and say no home for no. Into one ABBR. So who was going to do the work? And they realized that when your marking school have done the work better, any of them no. Now you're man cranny and cancer, yeah. So why are you now coming to say for them to give you and for you to give your vote to them, the 11 votes, you need your position back? It's bad. We are internal conflict. So right now, no NPP for me NDC for Juma. They are fighting amongst themselves.
Yeah.
And that is what NDC wants.
And that is what
exactly. So you see today, Osei Chairman Sabos was very honest. Say in as much as she asked permission, the excuses may be brave. What? But you see, to the extent, Kra say, one particular time, Kra you see Okunifi, the chief of staff was saying, 30 minutes, not so be. Hey,
30 minutes.
Chief of staff Baufi, address of so mpi, Bufu. Ya G position ne what's you be reinstating no. Na ye nyina de niam ahye mu a anka ebeko say. So what she was doing clearly tells you say, hey, MPP4 and as address of only adwin pama MPP. That was why, and that is why all of these things are happening currently.
Okay, before we move, I got the next question, no, and I said the next topic it is so about and then live, you know, story be some time ago with February mana. I told you saying February 17th data. If we are going by law, Constitution, nanka, Yama Sarah Joseph for you declare the seat no vacant. I Speaker of Parliament Juma according to Constitution, you know, weeks being days are one core Parliament near there. But another 24th or 25th, Apahu Bebre. Do you think the Speaker or the government protecting? I was saying you declare the vacant. If a democracy Mrano Sanetia, why are we waiting?
You see, the issue right now is MPP is trying. You see, Adrasa, for let's not fool ourselves. She's a very influential person in MPP. Uyi esla osufiwa imbana omuye MPP for one money momudi.
Sarah Agyapong esla uswekufo Sheila Battles and
good.
Few many.
So the youngest of them or Ewanya? Agyapong.
Sheila Battles is the youngest.
Yes, Sheila Battles is the youngest, but you can't vocals.
As Agyapong.
Good. And Agyapong has a very brilliant political future. So Ukati Agyapong off now. You've cut off a whole lengthy political future. So MPP is trying to play groom and bride with this. In some question, even though ideally I will say a sanction Agyapong, they want to hear her grievances. They want to solve the issues internally. That is why up to now the position as minister that is now the position or parliament and declare sitting vacant because they still have a soft spot for Agyapong. We know of the good things and how she's done a very tremendous defending job and a party work for MPP. But at the end of the day, they want to solve this internally. That is why up to now, declare vacant to share and then the tone now said Chairman so you see and it was not an aggressive tone. It was more like a worrying tone. So yeah, Agyapong had now TTS something like that. And yet really harsh like in Japan or on the streets, telling them say, see, Jimmy, let's sack this woman and move on. And yes, yet the can 11 is 2022 are ended. Next year, elections is coming. Do you know that?
Yeah.
That is it. So that is why up to now Agyapong for Yensake.
Okay, and the Yensake, gender minister, share time, the speaker of Babonti and the who say, oh, yeah, Babe, declare the seat no vacant. Any idea? I was for moving on to the next topic, Edison. Down flat, a new song in town. Let's say barely 3 weeks ago, and Kelvin Boy, the former signee of Benetton Music, Stone Boy in the record label. No, you know him, Kelvin Boy Ghana. He's one of the best vocalists. Upa Ghana him to form member now. I mean, he's doing amazing work and utie no nyoma for creative ma Charlie boy ne de ansha year or two no ono betime de Ghana akọ Grammys akwaje award aba na se na de nyom ba ya o promote na promotion ne mu wa promote ne ho to a point a promotion no abroso me no ka say ye na ya say ya granting no a bill of 200,000 Ghana cedis with some surety sir ya agent in the case need to match. Na asem nyina any according to a year prosecutor now church and say mu no e court emra Kevin Boy ko pimo court kwan say ye dig bill no e ba be ma no o baby mama na baby mama no ne wo owo ho yo ne won kra too o ma chimpina emu adin obre eni edin ni suo ode for the past 10 years but bibi ntino omumienu enti na according to prosecutor no Kevin Boy mama nyina na ete yeni miesi ye na Kevin Boy sisa ne makotena baby for mama yanka hwe na ne ba na one ne wone mu ba ko yare ofra brante ya ne nsanka no ohwehwe no awo no ena nyame ncha de dako ohu se ka onim se ye ne mpena da yi ka etwem no odi ka yi tententente bo hu se ma oba bi na tim no ko apochi se maame mesre wo asomasi a ne ka ni owo hefa na maame afre Kevin Boy hu se Kevin Boy ne se a story building bi mu ba oba ya ne ne ja wan fa ne baby mama ne wanche no ebro fita de obo ni bipa yesi nsuo bo wa aka se obo enka se opampame wo hwe na te wo kofa ayo ro de bo no tietia ne mfimu yesi odi ki twetwa ne ni ase enti motor rider odi Kevin Boy baby mama ne call sa place no ena otimi save maame na asemi ekopie mu okota ye chi no ebisa no are you guilty or say no I am not guilty enti according to Kevin Boy no de onye mfumsuo bia girl no twe me che de bi mama of Kevin Boy so twe ma emra asem ni sisi na so na ne shopkeeper bi ono so de Kevin no hwege on shop man no say what wa friend na ka che Kevin Boy aba ho ama wa ba be two speaker Nasco 32 inches wa ba be fa fe nkonya mienu bi e wo shop mu ho a ne bo be 5,500 Ghana cedis wa ba be sesa ni nyina akọ nija wa report asem na ma police for a enam so ma Kevin Boy ekoko pie mu news bebre na eba on social media apps ne so attitude ne TikTok there is a particular lady okasa we say o relate and say she is close to the baby mama of Kevin Boy then you can say na Kevin Boy o ebi mu so ba na o ma me kura won hwe no o papa won hwe o timu de den o ma anya ejuma won hwe mo te say in some of Cafe Boy no ho no yes mo bi mu so chema and again on Kevin Boy etna for the past 10 years there and assault there wa assault the baby mama ni ye pa ama for say yem fanya no yema ne hu say yes bibi wo ho me ma ne bi so support nature say there be Kevin one nya the mum but me more bam push you to the extent say obeto won sa na bi say yes a hard because man de ya de omu hu ana say ne on betimi ama wa ye no nye bi kra na ekoso ana say ubehu na red Kevin Boy down flat is it there on that flat was sorry in Nigeria yes we koto and also shoot some music videos there but see he is not guilty of the aboni nyina.
You see first of all mami chichi for nyasho fo nyina the issue about Kelvin Boy tibia otia rewosem and let's not blame anything, let's blame marijuana and weed. When you say I'm making, people will go like, hey, marijuana, I won't use near the other. But let me tell you something. In as much as marijuana, it's immediate recreational, and you can use it for recreational purposes, medicinal purposes near the other. I believe that most of our musicians are abusing it. Okay. In fact, Black Sherif knew me or the bar, even though the song is nice, but there's a phrase in there, say marijuana be you see, and when it's at a club and I say or performing or SS not or praising marijuana, these youth who are vulnerable, who are very curious, at their age they start taking it. See, I've been to places small boy like 13 years, 14 years, 15, 16, 17, 18 years. It me you marijuana fini bottom shit in front of you are like
a shock you.
And sometimes I ask myself, so really, baby a Ghana edu no. So all of this is boiled down to the extent say many of our youth are acting without thinking. Sure, I told you sir per research statistics, you see 90% of men act without thinking, and 90% of women talk without thinking. These are the demerits And these are the downside of both sexes. So as a man, no, temperament can lead you to prison. Apart from robbery, many reasons why the young boys are there, assault and abuse. I've witnessed a fight. I was washing beer. You tam iron rod. Now I'm going to show me. I say, "Boy, with the shooting bang, with the shooting bang," and I was there like, "Wow." Yeah, she we inside the she omutina untino hunkra na omunteshe.
Listen, you see ni me.
Yes. And the weed was too much. So Akwasama, most of our young people are in prison for something they don't even know what they were doing, acting. And clear example is this particular guy, Kelvin Boy. In fact, there's a song or the buy cannabis made them look. He's praising weed. Weed is not bad, but the way and manner. It which means I don't know why you're no crying. Didn't you occur on your guilty is because of what? Was she we ne sama all teacher or painful so anani you didn't know so no. Eddie iron rod elbow born is a chubino. No one say nipa. It's a clear indication of weed. See, ideally this guy will not do this thing. If his eyes and as if he was himself, he did it under the influence of something. And clearly, you shouldn't sit down and be saying, say, okay, issue we no or a musician they be anka or the iron rod issue woman trim in the wuya. What would we say? Like by this time, Kelvin Boy will not even be outside. He will not even have been granted bail. He will still be in court. You have a hit song, but you be in court. You can't what?
Want to be promoted. Want to me enjoy it.
Yes, you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor. And trust me, this current administration, the judges and the Ghana police, they are not joking. He might be in Nigeria doing promotion. But anytime you are a celebrity, you want to mess up, please. Your friend lady be equipping polo in the year 1481. No on any baby because search never too hopeful. And these are the things that our young guys are doing. Abuse. I know say women speak a lot. Be my catchers all your bar now in my life. You speak a lot. See, there are thousands of women out there. And that lumba kayen. In pimpim do and pimpim time in pimpim time wa baby so bedo. In badudu kunu. I'll go and take somebody else. They met him in sa and I met him in sa also. I'll be behind bars. No. There are lots of girls. But you don't go to the extent and say, Obana ABB. You beat her, step on her, and hit her with iron rods. See, abuse of all kinds is bad. But even if it was one slapper, at least it's better than iron rods. But stepping on her, beating her with iron rods is very bad. And trust me, we should look at all. See, women are some kind of species. You need to really understand them. So what's name was our baso bakwa? Anytime there's an argument, oh yes, sir, Odun Sabe Boutique, and I say Odun Sabe Shobutuma, or Banukra Yemsino, because of Felicio Bebono. And that is what we call PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Women have that thing a lot. What you've done is you've really damaged the cord. And I say the female cord of the woman, the brain damaging. It's more like what Sarah said back then. So they start going to depression. Meka can be oba hawa. The best thing nowadays is to leave the lady. Sebi oba no ekokwa. There are lots of nice girls. I don't know your amount. There are billions of girls. I will not sit down and let one girl disturb me. Imba bebre wohui. Me ma catch us me worry bebre. So I'll not let any lady come and disturb me. Open up my life. We hear one or two things. I'll let you go. Wow, when I'm a girl for floor. And women, one of the greatest things they don't like in this world is competition, and they are very jealous because in your brain that is the biggest thing. Use it and be free. But you'll be behind bars and should be enjoying at home. That is not what we want. Kelvin Boy will pay for his actions. For beating a woman with iron rods, he has to pay for his actions because a sister will be in by this time the whole world will be listening to that side of the story on social media. But AOB sister, you also have to pay. On them because so boom 10 years. I know said the lawyers will go and make an argument saying or your breadwinner near that. We don't care or your breadwinner. Breadwinner or the iron rods a boom crop for. And if you don't Abroachanka, this guy is in jail. Hello. Abroach, and who even allowed him to go to Nigeria.
Yes, you are granting the bill.
You are granting the bill out. They grant you bill. They seize your passport.
Say be a conversation.
Which conversation?
Lawyer and a player, the judge, say be he's currently on a tour and first time offender. Oh, Johnny and Kobe, and almost so money cotton him running.
What can say be abroad? So we no go or not was so never having sex. Na girl is on now for saying that a sexual offense. Or report to what you be jail you crime the next 2 years. If you be to register you as a sex offender. Sex offender and etalu CV so. In the be could be an area be cocrana. Your bodia, your mama phone who said there's a sex offender here. Now, in this case, what Kelvin Boy have done is an abused person, or a very abused, and is a person who assaults people. Ye Jack Kelvin Boy, or Nigeria now, or the Adiko show between any panua. Who do you think we should blame?
The justice,
the system, the judicial, and I mean the justice system, the people who let him out or under the watch or out of his watch. The guy is not normal. Hello, the guy is not normal. He needs to be under observation. But now he's seizing the passports. I was here making sure the case now.
Or reporting home every week.
Exactly. He's in Nigeria doing what?
Promoting him.
Well, say a Kwame na minta or say Bogoso and a BBC. I'm sure by now he wouldn't have even been granted bail. We need to be very careful.
I was also Kelvin Boy, Kelvin Brown. Another currently he's in Nigeria or promoting ne single or the other out down flat. Send a amount for so ebehunia air so was your for the next update is about Nancy Yans and Sama air so. Now only say Honorable Kennedy Echo can say Ghana honey papa corn so the hoyaness kakra Samuel Okujeto a blackwa. North Tongu MP no de nti okasa no eno ne sen de nyina kwanya o chiremu a NPP for ya de na papa ya no suomo so ene na we fa ha no osion so na okanya to the sense sa okuje to abla kwa na so we na do na fa private jet ene wa fa ha ne fa kosi hi no emre bi a etwemu na ono Samokuje to Abrakwa or person or president Edema National Union of Ghana Students NAX no that's in 2005 oba ne ho ebesre no sika according to Honorable Kennedy Abrante ba ya na nsem yenu gu nachi eno de ba ya obi na directing ba ning na ya sika person or de campaign Samokuje to Abrakwa responded to this claims Honorable Kennedy a compreko in Agyapong emeke no chema in fact ya trokra in someone MP ne kano no kra bakukra nimu in fact MP na sheda afa kwan bi so se obeka bibi gu nanimu as no omba ne hompoda enkosre even a pesua every Honorable Kennedy ho sa na won call Parliament House so okoko solicit for funds the apre sa NAX president that in 2005 bio ye bia your one modern bo and a bio the member and say in call for supporting no and no dikodu some pepesuo no and no beka bibi say bi or de be ka say oh when you say de MP ne boa and of course to us ka say nientia Honorable Kennedy ka sa asem nyina ye criticizing or criticizing Nana Adan Kufuor mean the critics or the papa no and the Honorable Kennedy ya because Ochema the president and Adan Kufuor do 80 million you see $14,000 the tuya jet that's an hour just for an hour inti calculate hours the president ebedi wo hwem hour dey call now okoka wan se ma musi de na say ni say meanwhile president Eshegana for say Obano he's coming to protect the public purse. Now, so purse ni muasa. Ye be every purse, mama purse no. Asa, inti no ochema. Honorable Kennedy, a compare in Agyapong, who fabricate all these stories. Now what they back who claims say yeah. Allegations singing no cre, and no cre, and he being an outdoor to know, or making sure say, or best stand for the truth. Na youth so ebetimi ahwe edi so a on be chan trom be kan kontomponsem ɛmfa nto amanfoɔ anim wɔ Ghana ha na sɛ ɛmfa mfuturo engu amanfoɔ anim nti no wote sɛ MP ne na no ka sɛ ɔno okugye to abla kwa abɛsere sika afini wa nsɛm wei no kra bakokra enim disregard all this the way they ever say we should be in the fake is news and the fake is na some okugye to abla kwa sɛ wɔn sere sika da MP no so the nsa begu na chipen asere sika just to become the president of Pinax.
Well, first of all, no, I don't think, sir, the fact, sir, you've gone to beg someone for money and only check so you're vulnerable. Let me take myself as an example. Many years ago, there were times which were very hard times in my life. I remember many years ago, over 10 years as Sam Crown America, over 15 years, or over 12 years, let me use it. A dream maybe crown. There was a point in time, Accra, they call Ijuma. Maybe I had to stand on the road and beg for money for lorry fare because I had nothing. Okay, and the money I made told me, apparently, you know, me call Ijuma me nyeska that day. Me cause my nye sales.
Okay.
So I had to use the money on me for lorry fare to eat. It's not me hoping they say at least I can meet my bobisia from the people I was working with, but not omokro my eshikra say me. Uko bobi hobisani panaba say. Nana, me petu si di afaka. Now see Yesu Christo. Adia maybe sana we be semi. To ube unsa okra condition okra no. Yeah. So you close, then you stand there, don't know what to do. There's nothing like free ride that ABA ifi Accra Eko La Paz or Bitmabuichi. I had to ask, and I'm not ashamed, because the Bible says, if you ask. If you knock it, you open it. If you ask, you receive. I asked, and I believe God used people. And God helped me through people, use people as a medium. So the fact so be about chambe be so scanning chest and a puppet and any pan good for nothing. In fact, that thing taught me a valuable lesson. That is why up to now, Nipa edu baby, I can give something little to people. When somebody walks up to me and say me baby say if I have even last month, you could give it out. We've helped people with their school fees. We've helped people who need something. I've given a lot of things. So be credit to me, friend. So my university, me handout. I give. You see, this is because of how and where I've been through and where I came from. And I think says first, wow. Now do pen so we only need to replicate them. So sometimes there are things which happen to people. I laugh because I've been there and understand them. So if this guy, a year Okujutua Blackman, he came to Agyapong for money, a bra now was standing for NUG's president. That's the National Union of Ghana Students. A bra no Legon because Okujutua Blackman being in Legon, who small is very vocal, powerful NDC supporter. Saturday Rollins, Atamos the night. So we saw him, and of course Agyapong Kobo Bisia for the campaign. I really applaud Okujutua Blackwa for that. And Ghana, I've met him a couple of times. Ghana is proud to have somebody like him. He's a very young, in fact, he's one of the people I know is going to take on the leadership mantle of NDC. He's a very brilliant guy. Very, very brilliant guy. Or no, Agyapong Nkrumah, Sarah Drasafu, and the lady you just mentioned. These are the young champs who are going to lead Ghana. And we need young people like them. So if it is true, say Okoki Agyapong Chenko Jiska, and so what? Has it Agyapong taken money from people in his life before? I'm asking you. Yes, so and the fact that if it helps somebody, you don't need to use it as a claim. Say nipa no the criticize wa. Hello? Onu Agyapong criticize people each and every day, every second. He also ought to be criticized. It is be criticized for actions. Now you don't bring any valid answer and any valid rebuttal. Now I say Obama Chembe Jiska and I'm a campaign man and I'm a buano. That is not an answer. You criticize me, Nana. We share gay ya only because with 16 years she's under age. Only now udate a criminal offense, you find yourself behind bars because she is underage. And I go like, now we'll cry and maybe a trim crown no boy nyas and I'm in 10 miles. I'm being stupid. I don't use excuses. as a shield. So what I'm saying is, if Okujoto Black was asking Japan for money, and so what? Into and I believe that there are people who have also gone to Okujoto Black, and Okujoto Black have replicated the same kind of help for these young people. Because when you help people, let me tell you something. I believe that God used me through or passed me through a certain phase to teach me wisdom. And now, person train BB. And can be bushia. I'm a female. Come with scapa. Come in for any panyeshi. Knowing myself, come in buni papu. But because I went through certain ranks, I understand things. So I get to places and people are paying their workers like 300. I say, wow, you don't pay them like that. Pay them something, calculate their life, because I've been in the position now. So he's helped. King Japan has helped him. He's solicited for help if it is true. I'm not saying but I believe it is true. And so what? And this shouldn't be a valid argument to say because of that he shouldn't criticize the president's use of expensive private jets. He has to.
Because he's a member
and then
of
now for TTFA. Almost see into Omoka. So 4,007. You see, I am call your friend is saying, Sky News. Me no can say Sky News. Who the only omodegeta in the Sky News. You to Prime Minister Boris Johnson on the bicycle. And a call your friend is saying Downing Street. Normal car. You see, and their lives is simple. Akufuado, motorcade. Oh God. It says kind of yes, sir. I know the president needs protection and all of this, but we can cut down certain costs. So president, you see a president the trip back be aye. Forgive me if I don't get the figures right. But if I say president, approximately and hypothetically, the trip be aye, let's say $50,000, sir. You're cutting it down to 20,000. First class cry less than 1,000. You say okay, we will trim down the cost and save 30,000 on each president's trip. President, me and Sunny be saving on. We are saving $150,000. Approximately, if you multiply that times 6, we need over 1 million Ghana cedis. We can use that to pay half of NAFCO beneficiaries.
$14,000.
People have worked in the house; they are not getting money. You $14,000 an hour. Look at this. And Okujoto Black is criticizing and they are saying, say. And so what? And so what? This is not a valid argument. He should come again. He should come again. He should rather be proud for helping Okujoto Black because on no crack Okujoto Black he's a very brilliant young man. This guy, at the beast of no nation. We were all shocked when he said he wanted to see King Japan. He said, at the end, or say, bro, so idea was cast 2 boots. No, or do a King Japan, the man is scheduled and school fees. King Japan didn't even recognize the guy. That tells you how. Friends, help can stem him. And they can Japan to TV so can say brain surgery in a corner of us so who ye no a young couple in film all because of Papa ye. He was just in the bathroom, he slipped. He start saying yeah or call scan you say cancer. Or share a benign, which means and spread it. He spotted it in approximately it has been there for the past 10 years and over. Imagine if God had not revealed it. And Japan will not spread it through the whole system at a stage 4. Money and nothing can save him. We will have lost him all of a sudden. But look at how God saved him. So help is something I stayed in Dakuma, Masalachi, and so. Muslims give a lot because they believe that giving is the ultimate price to blessings. So this particular argument is really vague. It should come again.
Okay, so Honorable say Samuel Okujoto Ablakwa MP for North Pungu Ebesre Wiska and maybe a Echumwa and Yeshi and Kunkusi baby. Now moving on, no Queen Efiashwas nigga. Nansiana ne papa enya ne krechi ko ya. You see the man for Asha say no more to need that day that was it. Ye na ye nim Nansi ne yakoso. Na Efiashwas nigga so agko to the extent say wakwakofa post be. Efa ni honorable Canadian comproko Japan we kan fa ye maame Sarah Adwoa Safo ho abusian for ye nyina nim se ne ekwa honorable Chima mama ni sika and put to the stand say ye de plane akofa naba e me twa ticket akwakofa Adwoa Safo aba ye Adwoa Safo ba ye hu no chief of staff ye maame akoto akogina Adwoa Safo gate 30 minutes ansa na oba bebie wo mo ama obi e wa mo no kra no mo tena ne dem nso osan tena ase twen no 35 minutes ansa na adwo asafo eba ni living room aba be shioma still vote omo pe no omo nsanka because omo ko hu no na in fact eni kumo na ni so oba ye nti ya say eni kum Emma still adwo asafo san so da so e demand for Emma foforo e no na Efia Schwarzenegger akofa sa post na koto ne IG no so the caption and according to Efia Schwarzenegger he okay time adwo asafo san so pese o mbra betina so bio e wodo me kwabrenya that time nkwana ne papa onya ne baby kwa Mr J na ne ho mfa no na oyare Efia Schwarzenegger abandon ne papa o abandon ne mba e kwa campaign ma adwo asafo e wodo me ene ye ne ye pa na ode sa kwanya we so e de e chelpa ma the people of the me say omo fan che ne pa say onu Efia Schwarzenegger 2020 election obe campaign ye e ma adwo asafo man no be san so be ye MP no etisu bie omo fa boni nyina enche na next time there onim say party no will do well in fact omo ano will do better according to Efia Schwarzenegger Ghana has say obi eni ho a oye ejuma wo parliament a na ejuma no ye we campaign say bia ye we ni enye we ma da bi ye appoint obi as we campaign MP na said so obeko parliament MP na said so the ministry or no gender and social children protection whatever obeko akoye ejuma but anyone and also do me kwabrenya e deserve better enya ne omo fa musisi no mu deserve inti no no ka nyina ne say let there be a by election for the vacant seat no we haven't declared it vacant yet but if you sure regarding as a vacant seat inti no ochema ane constitution no making it clear say no say sitting so you making it vacant na yanko by election e wo do me kwabina na she if you sure no will have enough of ajwa safo ne attitude recently obia complaining about inti no ne nsema ono so di to jode betu ye bebe na ka say if you are pe bi tina wudi enim say we ya we nyina propaganda I say we support Kennedy na say papa ebi mo kra so chema ha papa ma me na ne papa wo no de say won si mansion mi pa wo ne papa din mu a onjai so de ne ho pata politicians no na do you think say if Yashua is doing this for a particular purpose and I say ono so have enough and I say had enough of Adwasafo ni absent ni sema ekoso Ghana ha.
You see, first of all, let's look at this from the standpoint. If Efia Schwarzenegger is also a legitimate and a legal citizen of Ghana, so she also has a genuine concern. And from what we are learning, the Biotino, the same constituency which Adwasafo has, because Bibia or a year na nipa pay na the temple hona is within the vicinity of Domiko Abenya Hall. Oshe Bibia Nano or Ba a conformato shen so chini to na not as Domiko Abenya. So clearly, she's a resident there and she has every right to speak. You see, what if Efia Schwarzenegger is saying, for once she's right.
Okay.
She's right because your share would be like Ukudu Black. There were some pictures and I'm reviewing there. Oshe North Thungu districts now. The things this man is doing there is serious. Do we see as Adwasafo doing the same thing? And it's not just say Deba. You see Okudu Blakwa cleaning. You see Okudu Blakwa baking bread. You see Okudu Blakwa stepping in the classroom to empower the students and children. You see Okudu Blakwa teaching and creating seminars to educate girls on teenage pregnancy and how to prevent them. You see Okudu Blakwa meeting with opinion leaders and the traditional leaders. These are the duties of a person. I know saying Accra is different because Accra the up and basils is too much. But at the end of the day, people still need to feel you. That Adwasafo we knew way back when she was hungry for the MP position is different now. Now that you see, first of all, let's take it from this point. Everybody has problems. So, you pay excuses. I'm sure everybody's going to get an excuse. Don't you think so? Yes. Ubeka just Ubeka just say, your friend is saying, Sebi, or when the man says, Ubeka just say, oh, your friend is saying, as issues countless. But you see, at the end of the day, everybody pulls the issues aside and sacrifice and come to work. That is what Agyapong needs to do. Say any kind of point so anko onye den. Ono ase be yedi tuba question ni trim. Aye surgery no dey. Anko ono nka den. What should he say? Everybody has a reason to use it as a compromise. But then the day everybody sacrificed. And that is not what you are seeing from Sarah Agyapong. For the extent and not to the extent the chief of staff comes to your house, you keep her waiting for 30 minutes. Say, Wolf, really? You are not being fair. You are not being fair. Say you pay 11 votes. And come end this in Nipponian opposition. You, a Ghanaian, and an NPP person doing this. It is not nice. So all of these things are personal. I think it's high time. We need to make the position clear. And now we need to open and let him know the stand. Say, hey, Agyapong, this is what is going on. If you think the problems are enormous, you can always come back and take your position. But for now, a person who will come to Parliament, a person who will help in this whole bylaws, a person who is going to give, your friend is saying, give in to the demands and are going to help the party to achieve its cause. But if at the end of the day you are not doing all of these things, it's in the man aware of the position. Because it's been 3 months, he levy still. And she doesn't go to Parliament. And the surgery, a child miscarriage. Hello, people are having surgery. They are still going to Parliament. Excuse, everybody has an excuse. But we all sacrifice for the nation. And what Sarah Agyapong is doing, she's not sacrificing. Unfortunately, she's thinking of herself and her own belly. And that is selfishness. That is why up to now, I support Ifeanyi Schwarzenegger saying that we need to go for a swift by-election. Okay, see, by-election, we are waiting for the day the Speaker of Parliament ever declare and I say or that way you declare sitting vacant. Manning NPP you do before basis into wow you're interested biano what's nipano ebra ebusian for the General Secretary Edema NDC Johnson see you do enketia edin simbia tuja na fan somewhere ya papa Kennedy a compare ko hini Japan ekoko kan ye efa Agyapong sense ho wo chirema chief of staff kra ma Agyapong a year 120 1,000 Ghana cedis. I think so. Just 70p. Now, according to Honorable Kennedy, I compare according to General Secretary Dema NDC Johnson, see you don't get here. I was saying investigations. By now, I was saying suspended Kennedy Japan. Now, chief of staff and so you invited the Ghana Police Service. No need to show mu eba na say woba. Na ye bisa na no nsem ni nyina Ernest Johnson si edukatia etwemu a ensemu Kennedy akompraku ohene Agyapong ekaye say ye behu say eye bribe ena akosu afre ma o say private chief of staff edema no koma domeko benya MP Agyapong say eye den ye nim because honorable chief of staff frere no on 120,000 and on no deposit into the account of Agyapong a fidelity account. Into no wonim near part 120,000 no or see look at say is too much. Even if say old currency krana, it's quite a huge amount of money. And you know was here who say be a chief of staff maybe one of my says connection one anampo or the Sarah Agyapong ewo kwan bi so was oba no be answer to some questions. I was see hu ni nyina ya said ye see hu say what the MP nika na on the MP nika ebiem ye hwehwe itwemu fa kwan a Agyapong receive money no say a bank transaction na say mpo a bank transaction na was see hu how ye be ye no because you say banks so require by law how obu ye on deposit ni in the minimum sika kesiasa no yempo you mu say if the source of the money it's about money laundering na BBC be Johnson say do ketia ma this in some can Japan can a corruption and nunti ana pese ye hwehwemu e de fasta in same way when also no literature to say omayi the president asha say no ye na I pese e call cashless
Iwe now for so the 120,000 Ghana cedis Emma or MPA or patches and yes, I walk around. You are not doing what you are preaching. You know, was where Ghana police said they should invite chief of staff and also Kennedy Japan, but only who Chairman Kennedy and was say man suspension because allegations now making no emu as some end run American I say honorable air kasa any year with near Agyapong for yen but he's rather putting NPP party no in danger.
This issue I will cast a danger, and I don't think the word that should be used is danger. You see, beginning in seminal course, no, when we say they want to treat the matters internally, but say independent MP party has also been voting for 11 years. Why is Agyapong no vote? And there's frustration here. Number one, because all along in seminal course, no, the people don't know why Agyapong said she's not going to vote. So, and so okay, Agyapong says she will vote and NPP for no. But each who said the lady is not having any issues with your friend is saying the e-levy. She's having personal issues with the NPP. But if you have personal issues with the NPP, you cannot person using it to score and to settle the scores. This shouldn't be dragged like that. I didn't tell the chief of staff going if you want penny. I didn't tell all top people, ministers, president, friend, one fact. Why is she refusing the call of her baby daddy in Japan? So you see, all of these things are now questionable. NPP was trying to solve the issue internally. That is why they gave and they used a private jet to bring her down. Because in himself, according to Said Chairman Sabunsu, Agyapong is now an excuser. Obama excuses here. Agyapong, you perceive vote for 11 years in Ghana. Obeka just a flight. Intia money kasapo. Oh, ya bookie private jet amount. Okay, fine. What be do? Agyapong you perceive oba me bano name me hun sense. Oh, ya amount 120,000 cedis. And a party gives to her. I don't know the last time party members your man will be gifts and you will be sika. A issue air corruption. How much is 120,000 cedis? Who convertible dollars more? It's just a little over $20,000. Hello, is that money? MPP4 have been donating time in memorial. Into ye be kakra say ye nyawo was suffer miscarriage in niema into ye de buano 120,000. How? What is wrong with it? It's different if the thing came from a minister and now say your friend is in the office of the office of gender ministry and you to accounts. And no, if a ministry or but it's from one MPP to another. How did this become corruption? How did this become corruption? And what are your friend is saying, the catches in this? Was she giving the money to do something or the man? What I say, all was to just try to convince her and answer, make her feel good in a position of people voting for e-levy. Why should we focus on investigation? What we need to focus on is we need to focus on all other things. Also, corruption, ministries, they investigating Agyapong is like you. What's so jowdy in Sugus? Worthless. So, in as much as you want to play the victim card, it is not going to work. It's just the same thing like Ofuswan Pofo. Emma, your friend is saying, on no is saying oh, it's normal. It's normal. If it be donation, these senators and representatives and our congressmen and women, they receive donations. They receive donations. Your friend Lady B Ocasio, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, we receive the donation. Ocasio, she has over 100 million. On account as donation for the campaign and also. So this is not an issue to do special prosecution. Special prosecutor, it might be bureau also here. You might be bureau also investigating, but investigating this is pointless. So they need to come again.
Okay, and you know, with Sano, and you see, I could investigate Agyapong, but chief of staff, any Kennedy.
Who here investigate? Now can Japan be one officer with Jimmy sir? Hello. You think in Japan, excuse my words, or you're so foolish to the extent say, oh, can say you bribe me, we do command, massa, or can't send there walk on, and don't just say is the need that hope, or can because there's nothing involved. Hello, So this investigation should be launched for what and what? Master, we need to go back to the days from Atamil's time and from Kufuor time. All the ministers who made Digan and Skenya, you take your ransom from Kufuor's time, Atamil's time, down to Mohammed's time, even now. That is what special prosecutor should do. What am I saying? But at the end of the day, no more any for Sarah of Japan chief of staff, master, a waste of resources. They need to focus on better investigation. Leave these 3 people to fight their own battles.
Okay, leave them to fight their own battles, but still, na Ghanaians demand they say maybe a second fee. Then I work as a NPP for now. Yes, to be funds be omoye levy pini and then was some say IGP ne be yehwehwemu say special prosecutor and ne be yehwehwemu no and ye yenimni eni pese yehu an say be hu nipa enam no soma sika ne call e be free juma ekwa akodi ene ade nti nyina efa Sarah Agyapong MP for Domekwa Benya ebusuafo nsam ne de ti say Ghana no wo sori anopa on shedante se bibia akosa ne ekwo nyina E11 Agyapong NPP Kennedy Agyapong bo abia Samoa eni ade nti ama ekrom kura yedin yehu ne ekwo yehu se yanado fie se che obetwemu wo ntwemu eni ade a 11 kwa na age amanfo adwenafa anye esiedu nketia kwa na edimandi ade we nipa bebre na edimandi because omo pachirema se ye nhwemu ne yehu se bi sika no before they are fine by investigation na ne ko so okay state money taxpayers money menu mi onu ye sika ena yede ema Sarah Agyapong se one gen science on federal parliament na kon me vote for 11 ne san fa meti ye mo transaction ya then emrano eni omwedi na se emrano de ato ba bia because say one fan to ba bia da e free to nti nhwomu ne de I was say ekoso a the fact say yehu say NDC fo bi support Sarah Agyapong na muntimi declare the seat vacant muntimi declare the seat vacant nya de then so nkire say ombeye nhwehan aka say 7 someone in Japan ekeka fa ne hu nyina efa hiring of a private jet efa sika sa private jet so kura was he probing to wait say is it the state money and they hire a private jet ekofa Sarah Agyapong who is a member of parliament it wasn't like he be wakwa kodru kro bia into kwesi so to say Ukraine Russia dey and ontimi but that flight and I say ontimi pay for ontimi twa ticket ni ade okay then or minor said there the president the government said there say obekwa kofa ni MP aba ni legislator aba it ni okay hire a jet for Sarah Agyapong amane de aba if enye no de na the reason enye na say person oba na oba be vote for E11 our parliament then I was say ye investigations about that one near who and so how we acquire ya itimi a man private jet a man no ede buying e bi kra with investigations e be kwa so no kra no e benya more details e be hu ne ma bebra ekoso afa Sarah Agyapong ho se eba ne sen se eba ne sen eno ene ne ye be hu afa ho ye be free eno so na ya to aso a busuafo ye papa ni dinde afenyo Markins ena menoka sisi a no ye deputy majority leader parliament na yatenso say ye mama Sarah Agyapong sisi no pe the position of papa afenyo Markin but ochire mo no de nyame nimpa no nukrani in an interview or call ye in the ebisa na say afenyo nti Agyapong sisi ope position of parliament to be no say why ni Agyapong position be na mo ka wan asem me bese me ka sa asem no also honorable yesere wonya be die wo say uyi anoma yen because nsem yi koso no won share dan kasa fa ho yente wano nsem about that particular issue nti yesere waba he die yano ansa na wakonye sa pa de yen jawo ma wonko na ebusia according to ye papa afenyo mark ono de onti bibi etesa say Agyapong say open position na so about parliament or no afenyo marking on TV side. He is not supposed to know everything about near ekoko kosuno. And si mo pese mu ni opinion no. Onim until crasa just for a penny position. So Ghana for be na when I say na afenyo marking bibia boko de. Until a Parliament House cries when see radio. To the extent say Honorable Kennedy call GTV so can is address for the position of deputy majority leader in Parliament and sign or vote e-levy into one of the on news no. And is because into no person Obeka who say baby no could be na noa Obeka can sim bia beka ko ha address for any party ni nanti according to papa for your mark in there. Sad news now, Mokeka and Agyapong wants to become the deputy majority leader in Parliament before voting for the e-levy. No. There is no way. What's the system? No. And who soon here and sans to say or no afenyo marking. Obehu in some. And papa deputy majority say. Pa say what's in some day la.
I watched the interview of Alex Afenyo-Markins. He talking about this issue, and I must say he's one of the smartest people, the underdogs that we should watch out in NPP. Joy News Multimedia, they boycotted Agyapong, saying they are not going to speak about Agyapong again. What they did was say news back now Agyapong kwaji award, Agyapong a donation and Bibia Multimedia will not report, but. Agyapong has been dragged to the Privileges Committee. Agyapong have been dragged to courts. Agyapong sanctioned. They report that. And that is pure biasness in journalism. So, Afenyo-Markins only happened to find himself at Joy News, which is a subsidiary of Multimedia. You won't discuss Agyapong. So don't discuss any matters in relation to him. Then you go by saying, say, yeah, your friend in Parliament, blah, blah, blah. Hello? Hello, and you can Japan can see me. So, unless Afenyo-Markins responded better, and the way he responded, will give that response the best. He owes no explanation to anybody because at the end of the day, it only adds more forward to what is going on. So, because at the end of the day, address for the oil not in Asia. I'm not because which means need that one more boycott and I say more than what say more cycle and pull her down. But because the address of no or you know on Tiasia, they will say, oh, see, the former and the current are fighting over position. They be. And he said he is not going to talk about it. That is simple. But first of all, let's look at the substantial issues here. Unless Afenyo-Markins position here, the man, no. Does he deserve it? The answer is what? Yes. Over the past years, the dedication of this particular man, in fact, he can't cry. Alex Afenyo-Markins, Osha Parliamentary, Nene Modern Bois, address for absence. He's doing a great job.
What's in council?
Good. What am I saying? He is doing what? A great job. Alex Afenyo-Markins is doing a great job. So at the end of the day, no, you share the former. And Joe Biden can say, don't judge me by the Almighty, judge me by the alternative. The alternative now, better. The alternative now, a year or no, your friend is saying, unless Afenyo-Markins better than Agyapong. Agyapong was not coming to Parliament. He can be before 10. So when? And now you'll be crying and come beat my then I catch a party near handy position over to someone else. You didn't say anything. You were there for 3 months and the position was vacant. These same NDC people who are supporting Agyapong will be the same people telling you that Agyapong is not coming to Parliament. She's not working. NPP people have made a blind eye, and I said, giving a blind eye to the whole issue. To tell you, said this tells you NPP is not ready for the tax. See, a woman also new money about sacking a musibui. Unless Afenyo-Markins owns no one explanation. If NPP people feel say it's not fit for the position, it's simple. They should give it back to Agyapong. But NPP is not for Alex Afenyo-Markins. NPP is not for Agyapong. NPP is not for Sarah Agyapong. NPP is a party which is going to live and live and live and live till eternity. That is what is going to happen. So at the end of the day, your feeling say Agyapong is not up to the task. Need to move before. Unless Afenyo-Markins' response was perfect. He owes no one any explanation. Asem no kind no one no.
Okay, you know, MP for Efutu, Papa Alexander Kwame na afenyo marking. All right, be a say question bisa no.
See, let me say something here. Yes, let me say something here. In as much as we are blaming Agyapong for all of these things, we need to know one thing. At dear MP before they Agyapong for Enye. Let me tell you something. How would you feel? Oh, Obieni himself a Pinax TV presenter. Asra no pay jare.
Bejuma.
Obejuma. Obaya.
Obiti.
No problem. Ye no fi ho. Okra boss obi tukwan kakra we ye bi. Okoye no o request for 2 days but okoye because of circumstances in tino. Udi 1 week. Obaya you replace you. You replace you. Yes, bia ya ma obi say on mu temporarily emma.
Permanently.
Permanent. They've made you jobless in the position and now would you be happy? If we are taking this decision, you will have known how to what? Cement your steps. That is what they did to Agyapong. So all of this is and yet your boss, your catch us is supervisor of a particular shop. There's one particular girl who will be Juma on you order. Your one sales to know you spotted her and you sacked her. It's a scenario. I'm not saying it's the former question. That's what I'm just giving a scenario. What sack don't know? Or boss about better yourself no. Or say lady no or yes she. What's that you reinstating? Would you feel happy?
Yes, I'll call
Of course, yes. That is what they did to Agyapong. That is what they did to Agyapong.
NPP own Agyapong an
apology, and they need to settle this internally. What until then, a enmity because see an NPP NDC for no they are on holidays. Propaganda near the idea Mwamo expose Mwamo a good thing for them. Into my realize na omote Zanzibar kra eji mini share the current trends and this should not be happening. This should be a learning curve. The majority leader is pissed off. The deputy majority leader is pissed off. Agyapong is pissed off. That's defense and committee chair. What's obvious? The president is also pissed off. Agyapong is also pissed off. Everybody in the party is pissed off. Ghanaians are also pissed off. We need to settle this.
He say, "Oma, mama from now we are and Agyapong you say no so in the before na ya. It means omunti means for issue and ebasa 11 best and sign was na 2024. Aba besin akwa nti abusiafo na say no so nti Sarah Agyapong and some about she wants to be the deputy majority leader in parliament. No, according to the deputy majority leader, our power CC and the onim bibi sa etesa and sembia sa anyhow onim and so and yes by force say and yen na said there and your compulsory say I will say oh it was your financial say near cost to CC no was for still na near Okoso Ghana Sisia anyway. Now with the case a trend there obia interest and as nipa bebe na sha see interest we and someone MP for Asen Central ya Baba Kennedy in an interview concerning Agyapong for neba ne maye sika sende ni ade sabra me no ka say there anti-graft group be and the Crusaders Against Corruption Ghana a petition akoma the special prosecutor ye papa ni dindi a friend say kisi Agyapong na the reason na omodia command nyina ye nsɛm Agyapong can ye say chief of staff estima no ma odi 120,000 Ghana cedis ekokoma Sarah Agyapong na omu chema the number so mu hu nyina ne say efa sa sika no ho no enyina public interest I think so for protecting the public purse and I think to be the source of these funds determine whether we know it is not a misappropriation of public funds from the office of the chief of staff and as any other public office. Ebian so one time chief of staff anytime who say Ebian someone can you compare Japan cry publication of false news. And I say comments no making a force and yan Ukrainian identity. This is what they are demanding. Say the special prosecutor ebeye amo because omo interest so who baby kuma secondary free office free sample in some Kennedy air cano atrocem yentra hono omuntu futuro wi anisa and ye hwemu so na say bi who say bi at secondary free the office of the chief of staff na omani sika then ya continue her almost the special prosecutor nim say obe chief petition asupem na ebisade a omode ato nanim no the special prosecutor will do it for them we there ebi task Ghana police service ebi so task the chief of na nyeni papa ko nyeni papa John say no ketia ko na buso hu the source of the 120,000 nkofo nso ebeso mu hu baby ade ne fi say bia ye papa Kennedy wo boa ana chief of staff sika no fafi aban futuo mu public office B account no ko yi fi ye ano no ani boto musika e na ode e ma ye Sarah Agyapong.
Now you see, I'm not saying sir what is going on is like in Japan is benign to corruption. Everybody in this country is corrupt, including me, myself, and Ken. Before Imujemu. But let's look at the issue. Let's look at the relationship with Agyapong and Agyapong in the first place. Who is Agyapong to Agyapong?
Baby daddy.
What do they have in common?
Parliament. They are both in a particular party.
Aside from that, what do they share in common?
Eba.
2 children, I believe. Good. So if Agyapong, ama Agyapong's car, Agyapong's explanation came after Nebani birthday in Sensemno. So in as much as NPP 4 did not, your friend is saying, necessarily give Agyapong and I'm discarding my Agyapong some fan called bribe Agyapong no. It could be the whole birthday thing. And NPP 4 say, okay, instead of saying okay Agyapong be no, my mum yenye. What is wrong with this? But regardless, if you can afford calling to an investigation into ETA, why not? They should investigate. They should investigate, but this is not a scheme for say Yema Agyapong for contracts. This is not a scheme. Say Yema Agyapong for position. If it was that, we need to do investigation. But that is not what was going on the ground. The ground is the party felt like they needed to do more to convince, and we convinced with money. We convinced, and yes, you had to account. Say party no so the ayamau. Now maybe one NPP party money amam 100,000 and unti no bribe. So I personally don't think say we should waste our time on the investigation because it's going to end nowhere. And the taxing your investigation, kaya be boy investigation, maybe you know. Next can you call say omoye cross ya boka more than that. 120,000. Agyapong can just argue in court say oye man ne ba no. Ne ba ne birthday na party members wanted to show love. What would you do?
Okay. In some of no, the news say the man because of owo ye I say outdoor one ye in the man. And then I brought ye DC so because it's a birthday gift to the man. I say party na kasano. omo nko benko wano nye baako.
Whether it was birthday gifts, whether it was every gift is a gift.
But
ye nyina nyini eni the course said this whole thing no, it was a plot to try to get Agyapong's vote and try to get it because the lady was resistant. Itima convinced all 136 members will pay. Yeah, the private jets are foul. Yama opposition. They so they were frustrated. They needed to give her something from the party's coffers. Akwa say bia yewra Johnny Jikungu for the birthday. Na party amana 1 million Ghana cedis. Is it bribe? It should come again. The party can also have a welfare fund and take care of its members. Akwa operation when you miscarriage. Allow the lady. So this is not something that I personally think that we need to waste our time investigating. You investigated the criminals rather. You in Japan near Agyapong issue. It is only going to waste resources and time.
Mass special prosecutor NPP to the petition and ask them.
Special prosecutor, the case is a Google we investigating. Your man in position of a long speech. I'm changing and one. The end of it, my 5 months news said then. That special prosecutor, you want to see the age. You may be you. You demand obi abete onka. But I say the position the man the position the man on because bakuyo tremui Martina Midu. The man Ghana phone na tie Martina Midu. After the bear 1 year na ko inchin tatiepo. Last minute oye na just be investigate NPP do.
Yes, yeah, ma
and yes sake no. Akwa we so aba obaye no. I'm going to change the Ghana face. Ni am a profile of Anas lawyer. Kisi Jabi a no nonsense man. Kisi it's been this like the 6 or so months. Kisi Jabin. A group I think it's the last year around April.
By
yes. Kisi Jabin beba. Eko 1 year. We have over 120 cases of more here.
If you are not special prosecutor, but so canning in our boom.
What do you mean canning in our boom, sir?
Or the Bregana?
What canning in our boom? I'm confused because of the resources. Yes, who investigate will be easy. You need to go and get the files, the job. You need to employ people to easy.
Then we have to give him more time.
More times than not 2024 I'll be trim.
And it means this petition go for events and sabeka imuayene die na government akọ any ade abusia for YouTube amount for video comment aba ye ka say amount for video comment aba fa ensemo a ekoso sisi a titu bebre na efa ye ma Sarah Agyapong safo ho dodo na ye kan nyina efa ye ma Sarah Agyapong safo ho Al Frankie Esther Pinax, you really sound sometimes as a good journalist. Play it on a fair platform. When they see you do, come dig deep into it. Please don't be like Nelody and Frimo. And our Noah Crona say Pinax, you are strong on Agyapong Safo. I think that's Anna or true. Yes. And Jenny say red RED me say one typing the bind. I was saying for we need someone and then they may say dear a course so Ghana high didn't na every moment. The for science so